Dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Ali. Force as well. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. You look at the Warriors, they're currently holding on to the third best record in the conference. And of course there's the Suns, and they're right behind them, trying to overtake them if they can.
Well, right now for the Suns, it really hasn't been the dominant season they were hoping for, but they're still in the hunt for a high postseason seed.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. They've got Bradley Beal. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Morris in at point guard. And for Golden State, Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. And it's Butler in at the three, the small forward. Here's Curry. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Misses the three. Brent, you could hit the three back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the off-season, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does, and there's no one that produces the way that he does either. Well, those mechanics and that kind of time, that's pretty stuff from Steph Curry.
Booker attacking. Pass to Richards. Inside. The kick to Durant. The three ball. It's rebounded by Golden State. The Suns beat them last time when these two met in Phoenix.
Yeah, we know that on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Well, it can affect your confidence, not just as the player shooting, but the entire team. So defenses might get a little bit more aggressive, and then you got to think about the next free throw.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Beal. 17 points for him last game against Dallas. Lets the three fly. No good that time.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Butler against Morris. Pass to Green for three. Another three for Golden State.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Bradley Beal.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Pass to Morris. Back to Booker. 5 on the clock. Now here's Beal. Butler covering. For 3, Durant. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Booker, the pass to Morris. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Morris has got 5 points. Grant, you think it's too early in the season to try and forecast where teams are going to end up?
You know, B.A., yes and no. I think we have a handful of teams whose fates might already be determined, but we always have a couple of surprise teams that come out of nowhere. That's what makes the season so much fun to watch.
Here's Green, outside for Butler. From outside, off the mark.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Booker, the pass to Morris. There's the 3. Out to Beal. Driving in. The Warriors pull it in.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about how he plans to contain Devin Booker, and coach said first, we've got to be on him at all times, and second, we can't let him get favorable matchups. He needs our best defenders on him. Trying to work over screens and stay on top of Booker, that's the name of the game here, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Outside Booker. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors lead by 3. Here's Butler. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And Butler just taking that motion right through contact.
Morris against Curry. Right side Durant. Back to Morris. Booker for 3. And that comes off the assist by Morris.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Making a change here. Hayden's checked in. O'Neal, he's checked in for Phoenix. Allen comes in for Morris. Durant inside. Green covering. Booker against Payton. Booker, the pass to Allen. Here's Booker. 6 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get off a shot. No problems knocking that one down.
Yeah, with KD, that's automatic.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 11 so far. Pass to Butler. Shoots a fadeaway. Phoenix grabs the miss. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
That's a game they know they probably could have won. And had a few more things gone their way, they would have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they look like the better team.
Now here's Allen. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game.
Looney's starting to play a little bit angry right now. And that's helping this defense be more aggressive.
From 12 feet, O'Neal pulls it in. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Trailing by 2. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got his 4th assist in this one.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Hield. 11 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And Looney able to stick with it that time, even getting roughed up a bit.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Kuminga comes in for Draymond Green. And Payton is subbed in for Hield. Butler against Allen. Pass to Richards. Durant inside. Outside for Booker. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Payton passes to Kuminga. Butler against Allen. Butler's shot is good. Butler's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
The defenders are trying to keep pace with Jimmy Butler, but there's enough space for him to spot the rim and knock it down.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. And here are the Warriors now, after the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Butler up top, Allen defending. Butler can't get it to go. The Suns trailing. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Allen against Butler. Booker for 3. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And Booker's got one of the quickest releases in the game.
Payton against Booker. Outside for Butler. From deep. Again, the miss by Butler. For 3, Booker. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns ahead. They're up by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Phoenix?
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
That'll be a 5-second call. And here's what Phoenix's schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Saturday, they'll begin a road trip, starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Payton passes to Curry. 4-3, Stephen Curry.
A good strategy here from the coaching staff. Put the ball in Curry's hands and see what happens. Usually ends up being pretty good.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Suns. Tyus Jones is out there with Grayson Allen. Then it's Mason Plumlee. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's O'Neal in at the power forward position.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Jones against Payton. And he lobs it up. Oh, Kuminga! Hop for days.
What a setup for Kuminga. All he has to do is rise up and throw it down.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Oh, got that one up quick. Curry's got 13.
Just another day at the office for Steph Curry, making this look easy.
Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
LBA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
Now here's Curry. He's got 13. Payton passes to Payton. And he converts the layup. Now it's a 7-point Warrior lead.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Jones. And since we have a second here, let's see which teams have dominated the offensive glass and second chance opportunities this season. The Warriors, number one.
And give them credit. They're earning every one of those second chance points with their relentless effort.
Allen against Curry. Here's O'Neal. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Payton against Morris. Pass to Moody. From 17. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Suns trail by 5. Allen on the wing. He's covered by Curry. Now here's Beal. Defense is right there. And here's Allen. That three's off the mark.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Throws it up high. And Kuminga throws it down.
This is the main strength of Elfrid Payton's game is feel for when to dish the rock.
Morris with it. Kuminga defends. Morris passes to Allen. Now here's Beal. Tightly guarded. Allen finds Beal. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's O'Neal. Nice D from Moody. Golden State with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Curry. Launches it. Hits a three-pointer. And now a 10-point Warrior lead. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in a game is add more time to the clock.
Here's Payton following the score by Phoenix. Pass to Curry. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. That's a big difference maker.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Allen, and that one falls for Curry.
And more artwork from the greatest shooter we've ever seen, Curry making it look easy.
Beal left side. Booker surveying the D. Pass to Plumlee.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Phoenix shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. That's good from Plumlee. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
And the Suns making a change here. Allen's checked in. Green in the post. Durant's there. Outside Curry. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Curry's got 21 points in the game.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
Devin Booker will score by any means necessary, and that time over decent defense, getting the contact.
Hill finds Butler. Off target from outside.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Now, BA, you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Now Curry, 21 points in the game. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Watching Curry is an education on how to take advantage of whatever the defense is throwing your way.
And so he hits both.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Suns trail by 9. Right side Booker. Back to Allen. Pass to Morris. 6 to shoot. Here's Durant. And that's just too close for KD. He finishes inside.
Yeah, sometimes nothing to do with Durant. His size lets him defeat the inside contact.
Outside Curry. To the paint. And Looney with the slam.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Booker with it. Green picks him up. Durant for 3. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Booker's got 7 assists in the game.
Well, we know KD can carry the load offensively any night, but we see a little stat padding here.
Now here's Curry. 26 points for him last game against the Clippers. Looney, a screen on Morris. And a deep 3 from Curry. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
And down it goes. 2 points. Booker's got 4 points this quarter.
And how about Booker just zipping around the defense and still able to make that J?
Outside, Green. Here's Curry. Ooh, Curry, what a tough finish.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
And let's talk about Draymond Green for a moment. Certainly one of the most outspoken players in the league, Brent.
Well, Draymond has never held back, whether he's talking about his opinion or the way that he sees the game, which is remarkable and a revelation to his intelligence as a defender on the floor. Draymond Green has been special on the defensive end throughout his career. Well, that was just a quick glance from KD. He looks at the defense and makes the play.
46 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside heel. Morris against Curry. Oh, sweet move. Curry at the rim.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
It's Booker on the wing. Allen outside. Durant with a screen on Butler. Allen pass to Durant. And stolen by Green.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line.
He's made all of his free throws to this point. 3 of 3.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Curry.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
And so Curry nails both of them.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, but is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
And Hill puts up a deep 3. The shot comes out. And so that brings the first half to a close. Warriors ahead, up 11. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Hey folks, and welcome. This first half has been the Stephen Curry show. He has just been everywhere.
I've had some nights in my time. Nights when you feel like everything is going in. You know what I mean, Shaq? I think Steph has that feeling all the time.
Yeah, the example he sets is a very high bar.
And next, a look at some of the possible participants for this season's dunk contest.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad score.
Wow, you're a tough judge for a guy who never participated in the event.
I always wanted to watch it.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And here's Morris. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. 11-point game. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. That's the Warriors 5. Now here's Curry. Richards pulls it in.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Easy money for KD inside.
One of those nights that Kevin Durant is just massive for his team. For my money, this guy's the best scoring forward of all time.
Looking to get back on track. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Warriors lead by 11.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Here's Morris. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Draymond Green.
I like whenever Morris is putting pressure on the defense, forcing them to compromise themselves.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Morris.
And Morris is the kind of guy who occasionally you trust him to run the offense through, and you hope he avoids mistakes.
Green, the pass to Hield. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Hield's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And a moment here to see which shooting guards have been racking up the assist over the past 10 games. Devin Booker on top.
With his skill as a playmaker, he's just as comfortable sliding over to the point guard spot when his team needs him.
Well, he never puts himself before his teammates. We know that. And unfortunately, that's not something we can say about all the two guards in the NBA. He inspires a fantastic team-first attitude through the whole squad.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
Pass to Hield. Here's Curry. Kevin Durant pulls it in. Durant's got 7 rebounds in the game. Booker, the pass to Richards. Butler with a steal. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Oh, tough work inside from Butler.
Jimmy B doing his work there, challenging in the lane.
Beal into the lane. That one drops for him. Beal's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
He recognized his players were fatigued and needed time to catch their breath.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for Devin Booker.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line, and it's been fun to watch.
Here's Curry. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Curry's got 34 points.
And Curry's found his groove out there, and that's a scary thought.
The kick out to Morris. Beal against Butler. Beal, the pass to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Durant. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again. They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks. Hield. It's hauled in by Beal. Suns trail by 16. Green against Durant. Durant with a screen on Butler. Beal, the pass to Durant. It's stolen by Green. Curry looking it over. Here's Butler. That one no good. Nice D from Beal.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Allen, he's checked in for Phoenix. Outside Curry. Shot is up. And the Warriors miss again.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
And Booker with the jam.
And Booker taking a little bit of it out on the rim that time.
The Warriors lead by 11. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Curry finds Hield. Now here's Kuminga. To the wing on the left. Here's Butler. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Booker against Curry. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 18.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
To the inside. Booker against Curry. Looney, a screen on Booker. Curry passes to Looney. And there's the rejection. Durant against Hield. Durant earning those 2 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break. Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. The Warriors lead by 7. Hield passes to Looney. Now Curry. Booker defending. Beal outside. Back to Durant. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got 4 rebounds now. Butler passes to Hield. The shot's good. Hield's got 5 points.
Yeah, for guards who are young players in the NBA, finishing around the rim is always a focus at this level. Nice job by Hield there.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's something they have to address here.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustments.
And the Warriors make some changes. Payton's checked in for Looney. Moody comes in for Hield. And Payton is subbed in for Stephen Curry. So it's the Warriors now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Payton's shot is good.
Good show of confidence. Payton looking good, trying his luck from the interior that time.
And here's Allen. Pass to Plumlee. Back to Allen. The 3 is up. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors lead by 9. And he's going for the oop here. And Kuminga throws it down.
I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Allen, the pass to Beal. Fires in the triple. He has 7.
Well, the defense better get out there or Bradley Beal's about to do some serious damage.
Here's Payton. Phoenix grabs the miss. Beal surveying the D. For 3, Allen. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Golden State Warriors, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Keep everything sharp. Keep the cuts hard. Cutting through contact.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Suns, getting the fourth quarter going. Booker is the 2 with Allen playing small forward. Mason Plumlee out there with Royce O'Neal, and it's Morris in at the point. Here's Curry. Banked it in off the glass. Curry's got 36 points.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
The officials were right on top of that one.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
What a performance from beyond the arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
Well, another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked him down.
Curry's shot is off.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Allen, the pass to Plumlee. Now here's Booker. Moody defends. Allen against Curry. 4 on the clock. It's Booker on the wing. No good with the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Curry. Ooh, Morris with a steal. Booker on the take. The ball's knocked loose. Pass to Allen. Morris outside. Here's O'Neal. Here's Booker. Back to O'Neal. Plumlee, a screen on Payton. Shot from 12. O'Neal misses.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Moody passes to Payton. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Allen. The 3. Once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
Well, he's going to generate this kind of energy when Payton's able to move the ball like that.
Booker attacking. Count it. And it's Morris with the assist. Booker's got 24.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Here he goes. Oh, Curry muscles it in.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
Curry against Booker. Softly drops in the floater. 26 points for him.
That is a fearless take right there from Devin Booker. The defense bodies him up, but excellent there, finishing off the drive.
Payton passes to Moody. Back to Payton. Outside Curry. That shot missing. Booker with the defensive effort. Suns trail by 11. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
They've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, you think about it, in 2015, a dozen teams passed on Devin Booker. Got to be tough for those front offices to watch him play this way.
Hields checked in for the Warriors.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. Now here's Beal. Here's Booker. Rebounded by Hield. Payton passes to Curry. From deep. Durant pulls it in. Durant's got rebound number 8 now. Outside Booker. Morris on the wing. Kuminga pulls it in. Kuminga's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hield with room to shoot. With nobody on him, he buries that jumper. And the Warriors lead by 14.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
It's good.
And that shows the toughness of the guard, Bradley Beal, just powering through.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Outside Durant. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant, skilled at fighting through whatever challenges the D wants to throw at him.
The Warriors lead by 9. Outside, Green. Outside, Hield. Here's the 3. Richards pulls it in. Richards has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, Durant knows how to fight through contact.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Curry passes to Green. Now Looney. Pass to Butler. On the wing, Curry. Guarded by Morris. To the middle. Here's Looney. Outside for Butler. Now here's Hield. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
As always, Allie, we thank you. In deep, Booker gets it to go.
That's why Devin Booker has the ball for moments just like that.
Outside, Green. Pass to Butler. Beyond the arc. And that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got his 6th assist of the night.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Suns trail by 8. To the inside. Deflected!
And Jimmy Butler has incredible defensive instincts. Great timing on that block.
Here's Looney. Booker defending. Back to Butler. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter. Morris against Curry. Morris passes to Richards. Uses the glass on the layup.
Got the screen. The dish was perfect. Morris making guys look good.
The Warriors lead by 9. Ooh, Morris with a steal. Gets stolen by Hield. And Monte Morris is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. Now here's Curry. A minute 20 left to play in the 4th. And it's all from 3-point range.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Richards' shot is off. And the Warriors shooting 47% since the 4th quarter started. Hield finds Butler. He buries it from 3.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Warriors.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And of course, it helped spark their own offense.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Stephen Curry.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
The shot by Looney, no good. Durant with it. Booker for 3. So it's Golden State winning this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.